We're mind scraped. Back into 1886. What the hell are you?
You are Lord Heath.
The whole time, you knew what Jack was, didn't you? You knew what he'd done.
I did what had to be done. I hid the code from Radcliffe.
Broke your deal with Cascaderon.
Jack has powers beyond that even Cascaderon.
It was a trap set up by Jack.
It is not the same device that was from 1983. This one has been altered.
He tried to kill us. He knows what we want. We want division.
So, I hit you, then you travel back and hit me, then I hit you because you travel back to hit me in the first place?
Causing your own paradox.
Exactly.
Well, so how do we get out of this then?
The bubbles seem to be erratic, so I have a theory.
Here it goes.
It only seems to be us that's affected by this temporal mashup.
Well, apparently.
You said it yourself. The clocks are all moving at the right pace, but we're not.
Which means that it's playing with our minds.
So, the temporal bubbles are feeding off our own consciousness?
So whilst we're all conscious, it'll keep going.
Precisely.
So if we knock each other out, it should be able to stop it playing on our minds.
So how do we knock each other out then?
We fight. There's no further trace of Lord Heath. After the manor burned down, nothing. Everyone says he died.
Well, we know that's rubbish. He's Raven.
Exactly. He's made this deal with the cult of Cascaderon, and now he's cursed.
So, I take it Cascaderon is, for all intents and purposes, the devil.
No. I think it's important to mention at this point that Cascaderon isn't the devil that you know from Christian mythology, okay? He is nothing more than a junked up security guard next to Cascaderon. Cascaderon is the demon of darkness. Deja vu.
So, Cascaderon was a bigger badass then.
Yeah. Cascaderon is an all-powerful, omnipotent being able to control time, take over minds. He sent my other self back to the Old West, to Victorian Kirkwall, God knows where else.
Until last week, I'd never even heard of it.
Of course not. To even mention its name gives it power. It's able to grant life. Of course, until...
Until what?
It's a long story. But Jacob and I, We caused him to exist. We gave him life. What are we doing here anyway? Jack is not going to be hiding in a hardware store.
Got paid by LCAT. Little bit extra money. Thought I'd splash out my new fridge.
What are we doing here? Where's Raven? He was right here. Disappeared. He teleported maybe?
What are you talking about? We haven't seen Raven in a week.
Don't know, but I think it's something to do with.
Shut up. Don't you know it's rude to interrupt?
As I was saying, these time bubbles, let's call them that, they move erratically, almost at random. If we have any chance of staying in sync, we need to stay together. But as we know, that's already happened.
Raven, you're back?
Technically, I never left. Or did I?
You feeling okay, Hugo? Acting weird all day. Think you need to go see a doctor.
Mr. Owens, what are you doing here?
Where's Hugo?
I haven't seen Hugo in about a week or so.
He was right here. Wait. The bubble's right. You said it yourself. We're falling into bubbles.
Bubbles? What do you mean by bubbles?
Temporal bubbles. There are bubbles of different time zones within this shop. And, well, we're falling into them. We're living out these time zones at different, well, times.
I see. And who explained this to you?
You did. Or you will, if this is, in fact, the past. That was Hugo.
But he was moving backwards.
Yeah, I thought that too. Happy member of staff.
You don't think it's possible if these time bubbles can move forwards, then maybe they can move backwards as well?
Maybe. Wait. Just...
I take it he wasn't in two?
Nope. Wasn't that. Needed this. You were wearing it when we met you. And that. If that was the case, then it wouldn't make any sense.
Did you just experience it too?
Time jump?
Yes. I've experienced something like this before.
Of course you have.
No, really. Jacob and I did. We kept walking into these pockets of black holes. Appeared all around. Damn it!
What are you talking about, Hugo?
Gentlemen, it's good to see you again.
Got paid by LCAT. Little bit extra money. Thought I'd splash out my new fridge.
What are we doing here? Where's Raven?
I don't know.
He was right here. Disappeared. He teleported maybe?
Mr. Rothschild, what are you doing here? Why are you dressed like a member of staff?
You told me to.
I did.
You did.
Time holes.
I wouldn't say time holes. I would say bubbles. And in these bubbles, They contain some kind of temporal energy, something that allows them to travel forwards as well as backwards.
And how the hell do you know that?
You told me.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
And how did I know that?
Because I told you.
Huh.
Temporal paradox. So, Raven tells you, you go into a time bubble, you tell Raven.
I see now.
Do you?
No.
Well, these time bubbles mean just that.
He's moving backwards.
Yeah, like he said he did already.
He was right though. These temporal bubbles, they're not moving linearly.
Does that mean if we walk away, he'll follow, but he'll follow backwards?
Exactly. This could be dangerous. If he's moving backwards and we're moving forwards, that means that the laws of temporal physics are completely out of kilter.
Although comically brilliant, how the hell do we get out of it? And he's gone. I recognise this.
You experienced the jump?
Several. Raven shown up yet?
Not yet.
Right. So let's lay this down straight and figure out the timeline.
What are you doing?
You are such a
Why are you hitting me? Stop it!
Are you alright, Hugo?
No!
Time bubbles are getting worse, aren't they?
What is happening?
We must each be travelling through these time bubbles.
experiencing different timelines at the same time.
Well, we need to piece this back together. He was just at my throat!
Well, clearly you did something to piss him off.
You okay?
I believe I just time jumped.
Okay, so where did you come from exactly?
I'm not sure, but when I time jumped, there was something else. I seemed to live it out backwards.
What? We've just seen that. But how?
And why? And how?
Clearly, these bubbles aren't just temporal pockets, they're also sub-temporal pockets.
So, we not just experienced time travel, but reverse time as well? What are we going to see next? A flying Ecto-1 from Back to the Future?
It seems that these time bubbles are appearing at different paces. We're affected, but the outside, even clocks on the wall, don't seem to be affected at all.
So you're saying I'll walk around that corner and see Professor Spock and his TARDIS?
We need to establish a timeline. Has anyone established that yet?
So Raven, you came into the shop.
And then I met you.
Who told you about the time bubbles, which you had told me from the future?
Then you time jumped out, and then you and I came into the shop for the first time?
Yes, but then I met you two, and then explained the actions of the future Mr. Owens.
Yes, but Hugo had already time jumped into the future by that point. So that conversation had already happened for him.
Mm-hmm. And then I jumped back and we were fighting?
So, why was Mr. Owens fighting you?
That is a good question.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it could be because
You are such a Why are you hitting me? Stop it!
Why did you hit me?
Because you hit me first.
What? Why, you little...
Ah! What are you doing?
You are such a...
Why are you hitting me? Stop it!
Why did you hit me?
Because you hit me first.
What? Why, you little...
Ah! What are you doing?
Wow. Are you okay? Did you time jump again?
This is confusing, but the reason we were fighting is because I came in at the end of the fight when you hit me, and then I went to hit you and jump back to the beginning of the fight where I then hit you.
So, I hit you, then you travel back and hit me, then I hit you because you travel back to hit me in the first place?
Causing your own paradox.
Exactly.
Well, so how do we get out of this then?
The bubbles seem to be erratic, so I have a theory.
Here it goes.
It only seems to be us that's affected by this temporal mashup.
Well, apparently.
You said it yourself. The clocks are all moving at the right pace, but we're not.
Which means that it's playing with our minds.
So, the temporal bubbles are feeding off our own consciousness?
So whilst we're all conscious, it'll keep going.
Precisely.
So if we knock each other out, it should be able to stop it playing on our minds.
So how do we knock each other out then?
We fight.
So how are we going to do this then?
Okay, hit me. Hit me. Yeah, hit me. Wait. Okay, hold on, just... You gonna hit me here? Just... No! Just right here, yeah?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
You know, it doesn't seem to be working.
I think so. There's got to be an easier way.
Hey. You want to knock him out. You do not want to kill him.
Good point. Thanks, Eddie. Ah! Ah! Eddie. Ah! Ah! Eddie.
I told you. It's Mr. Owens to you.
Ah! Ah! Wait! Oh! Whoa!
No, too much.
Wait! Oh! Wait! Oh!
Yeah.
I haven't felt that in some time.
Huh. Well, this is useful. Alright. the bubbles been popped, or?
I think they're gone. I don't see any sign of them.
We can only hope.
What caused them in the first place?
Possibly, when we mindscaped, it opened some sort of temporal energy that escaped.
God damn. I hate the supernatural.
At least everything seems okay now.
Well, suppose I can go buy that fridge now. Now where's that salesman? I remember where he is. He is upstairs, unconscious and butt naked because I beat the crap out of him and stole that jacket. I should probably go wake him up.
Hugo, you still don't trust me, do you?
First you lie about Jack, then you lie about 1886. There is more to you than meets the eye.
What you have to understand, Hugo, is that I'm not your enemy here.
I am not of this world. Everyone is my enemy, and I will watch as you all suffocate on your own blood. Oh, and another thing, Raymond.
Hey, what's up?
He's gone. Raven. And I heard a strange noise. He's gone.
Oh, my friend attached me. Something they didn't understand. I get all the women in the palm of my hand. And I told them, treat her like a lady. Treat her like the best you can do. You gotta treat her like a lady. She'll give in to you. Lord, look and see. You know what I mean. I know you've heard that the woman soon take advantage of you. Let me tell you, my friend, that just ain't no love to do. You oughta treat her like a lady. The best you can do. You gotta treat her.
I've seen extremists firsthand, up close. I'm not liking where this is going. Those are the rantings of a mother mad at her child, not a man with a gun.
Let me help you through this. Violence is not the way you want to go here.
They are mad. Please burst in here. That? Boom. This isn't the way to go. Tell the guys outside that you've got a damn bomb.